the sleepy town of Frondale was just waking up as dawn painted golden streaks over every rooftop. In one cozy house at the edge of town, the morning promised more than just routine for Sasha. Sasha's caramel hair spilled over soft cotton pillows, while the distant sound of birds immersed her in a feeling of comfort. She smiled to herself, knowing today might alter the course of her life. A chiming pulse of anticipation beat beneath her chest. Across the room, Sasha's wife, Mira, still slept, her lashes twitching as she dreamed. But Sasha wasn't planning to let sleep decide everything. Sliding quietly from bed, she tiptoed to a closet and retrieved a mysterious bundle wrapped in deep violet tissue. Heart-pounding, equal parts mischief and love, she placed the bundle on their bed. "Wake up, sleepy star," Sasha whispered. Mira blinked awake, confusion as gentle as the dawn. "What's this?" she asked, her sleepy voice curling with curiosity. "It's a surprise," Sasha grinned, nudging the bundle toward her. "But you'll have to trust me." Mira sat up, rubbing her eyes before carefully peeling back the tissue. Inside the bundle lay silks, satins, organza, pieces in muted pink, sharp teal, wild lavender. And atop the pile, nestled like a secret, lay a pair of elegant flats and a shimmery tiara. I don't get it." Myra's eyebrows rose. Sasha sat beside her, voice warm. "I thought we might try something new, something fun. You always help others embrace themselves. I wondered how it might feel if you tried this." Myra's cheeks flushed. "Are you asking me to crossdress?" "Not just crossdress. To step outside the box, explore the sides we keep hidden even from ourselves." Sasha's words tumbled out, trembling between excitement and fear. "I'll be by your side every second." Mira hesitated. Her whole life, she'd carried certain ideas, quiet rules settled into her heart. But with Sasha, boundaries faded. The promise of trust stretched between them, as fragile and sturdy as webs spun in moonlight. "All right," Mira whispered at last. "But you have to help me." Sasha's smile gleamed like sunrise, and together, they sorted through the fabrics, laughter building between awkward touches and fluttering courage. Mira slipped on a velvet skirt, tugged a soft blouse over trembling arms. Sasha styled her hair into gentle spirals, then fastened the tiara. Before long, Mira stood before the mirror, changed, but more herself than ever. Her reflection shimmered with possibility, and Sasha's pride burned as bright as fireflies. But the moment didn't stop here. Sasha had a further surprise planned, a homemade photo studio in the living room, with a backdrop covered in painted wildflowers. When Mira saw it, she gasped. "Are we doing a photo shoot?" Sasha nodded eagerly. "We'll capture the magic. Just you, me, and 1,000 new beginnings." Posing for the camera felt strange at first. Myra's hands fidgeted, her smile wobbled, but there was a freedom blooming inside her she couldn't deny. With each snap, Sasha coaxed out new sides, a sly wink, a bold stance, even a twirl that left the tiara askew. Laughter and lightness filled the room as Mira relaxed, discovering comfort in each pose. Afterward, the couple reviewed their photos. Mira hardly recognized herself, confident, radiant, utterly alive. Sasha squeezed her hand. "I want you to see yourself the way I do. Every side deserves love." Mira blinked through tears, realizing she'd kept herself locked away for too long. The experiment was more than play, it was transformation. But little did Sasha know, as they cuddled on the sofa later, that Myra's sense of courage was about to unleash ripples neither had anticipated. What began as a morning of whimsy would soon spin into something deeper, stranger, and far more public than either expected. For tomorrow, a chance encounter would test the limits of trust, and the world outside their home would start asking dangerous questions. The days following Sasha's surprise brought quiet shifts. Mira wore soft fabrics and gentle colors at home, letting confidence sprout from the private photoshoot, and Sasha found new language for their changing connection. Laughing together in the evenings, they both sensed their world blooming into something new. But on the morning of the 4th day, while Mira arranged snapdragons in a vase, a knock rattled their front door. Sasha peeked through the window, her heart skittered. The visitor was Sasha's younger brother, Ethan, who lived out of town and rarely showed up unannounced. Mira wiped her hands on her apron and shot Sasha a nervous glance. Ethan entered with his usual bluster, lugging a suitcase and eager stories. He spotted Myra's changed attire, a gentle blouse and flowing skirt, and paused, surprise flickering across his face. "Oh, hey! New style?" he asked, smiling uncertainly. Sasha exchanged a glance with Mira, the secret teetering on their lips. Mira managed a brave yes. Sasha helped me pick it out, her voice steady but soft. Ethan spoke of work, life, and family drama while Sasha and Mira tried to stay casual. But tension clung to the room like invisible cobwebs. After lunch, Ethan pulled Sasha aside. "Is Mira all right? She seems different. Did something happen?" Sasha hesitated, a storm of loyalty, fear, and pride swirling in her heart. Should she share their journey? What if Ethan didn't understand? That evening, as twilight stained the garden silver, Ethan stumbled upon the photo shoot set up in the living room, a backdrop of wildflowers, scattered tiaras, and untouched lipstick. Curiosity tugged him towards Sasha. "What's all this? Birthday party?" Mira, overhearing, joined them. "It's part of our project," she said. "A way to celebrate new beginnings. Sometimes experimenting with who you can be is the bravest thing in the world." Ethan watched, trying to make sense of his siblings' world. The questions dancing behind his eyes were sharp. Would he accept it, or recoil? Dinner in the garden became a test. Mira and Sasha shared their journey in careful words, explaining how self-exploration could nurture love and courage. Ethan listened, silent and serious, but when Mira described the moment she felt free, his eyes softened. "I never understood how hard it is to break out of habits," Ethan admitted, "but I guess we all want to feel seen." He squeezed Sasha's hand and smiled at Mira, a silent signal that his heart was open, if not yet ready to join. But as night drew in and Ethan slept upstairs, Sasha checked her phone and found a message from a neighbor. "Saw some interesting outfits through your window lately. Hope all is well." The outside world was beginning to notice, and not always gently. Sasha's heart hammered. Were they ready for public eyes? The days after Ethan's quiet acceptance brought a sense of hope to Sasha and Mira, a hope as fragile as it was needed. Yet, the outside world crept closer every day. The curious neighbor's text still lingered in Sasha's mind, a harbinger of possible gossip. Though Mira wanted to believe their journey could remain private, the warmth of self-acceptance glowed too brightly to stay hidden for long. One Saturday afternoon, Sasha invited Mira for a walk to Honeydew Cafe, a serene spot just beyond Frondale's center. The air hummed with late autumn energy, and for the first time, Mira dressed how she liked, a soft indigo wrap dress, muted silver flats, and a gentle touch of lip gloss. Sasha, determined, wore a blazer in burnt orange, a deliberate dash of color as if to challenge the world to take notice. As they entered the cafe, they felt weighted glances, some curious, some confused. Sasha braced herself. Myra's nerves showed in the way she fidgeted with her napkin, but Sasha's steady voice guided her through ordering and polite smiles. At a nearby table sat Claire, a local artist known for her frank opinions and wide network of friends. Claire approached, her tone soft. "You both look lovely. Frondale could use more color." Myra's breath caught. "Thank you. We like discovering new shades of ourselves." Claire nodded, then surprised them. "If people whisper, let them. Secrets grow roots in this town, but courage grows flowers. I'll stand with you." Claire's support was a small miracle, but not everyone responded kindly. As Sasha and Mira walked home, a group of teens called out, laughter ringing a bit too sharply. Sasha's heart thundered, but Mira squeezed her hand and kept walking, determined not to let fear win. The following week, whispers wound their way through the neighborhood. A neighbor, Mrs. Fallow, stopped Sasha at the mailbox. "Are you all right, dear? Some of us worry." Sasha summoned her courage. "We're happy and safe. Myra's exploring new things. We hope you'll support us, or, at least, be kind." Mrs. Fallow nodded, uncertain, but perhaps a seed had been planted. In the days ahead, Sasha and Mira found allies, Claire's invitation to a local art show, Ethan's check-in calls, and even a quiet smile from the cafe's owner the next time they visited. Still, there were bumps. Mira overheard rumors in the grocery store line. Sasha found her old friends less eager to chat. But through shared laughter, fallen tears, and late-night promises to stand together, their love thickened like honey, sweet and unbreakable. Mira sits by the window with Sasha, watching dusk settle. "Do you ever wish we'd kept this a secret?" she asks softly. Sasha takes her hand. "I wish the world was kinder. But I'm proud we chose honesty. Only by showing ourselves can we ever truly belong." Sasha and Mira found gratitude in each day, support from unlikely friends, courage gained with every public outing. Frondale felt less threatening now, the world a little wider. Sasha, however, could not shake a shadow from her past. It followed her in moments of quiet, lingering as dusk stretched across their garden of wildflowers. One crisp evening, as social invitations from local allies trickled in, Sasha received an unexpected message, an old friend named Reed, who had vanished years before after moving to another city. Reed's message was cryptic: "I'm visiting Frondale. Need to talk. Can you meet at the old bridge?" Mira noticed Sasha's unease. "You don't have to go," Mira whispered, worried. "I should," Sasha replied, trying to suppress a trembling in her voice. "There's history, things we never resolved." Under the rustling poplars by the bridge, Sasha met Reed. Reed's expression flickered with regret and nostalgia. "I've seen what you're doing in town. People talk, but mostly, they're impressed. You're braver than I was." Sasha listened, the air tense. Reed revealed his truth. Years ago, he'd left Frondale not merely to escape small-town life, but to distance himself from a journey of self-discovery he had always feared, one Sasha now openly embraced. But Reed brought more than apologies. He warned, "There are people planning a petition to force you and Mira out of certain community spaces. Some are old classmates. It's cruel, and the rumors don't help." Sasha's heart sank. The safe world she'd begun weaving with Mira, Ethan, and their new friends now seemed fragile. Back home, Sasha shared everything with Mira. Tears flowed, their resolve tested by forces beyond their control. But as night deepened, their closest allies rallied. Claire organized a blooming identities meet-up at the Honeydew Cafe, inviting anyone who wanted to show support. Reed, determined to atone, volunteered to stand by their side. At the cafe, neighbors, artists, and strangers gathered. Some shared their own stories, bits of hidden longing, courage pushed down for years. Sasha and Mira realized their journey was not isolated. For every whispered rumor in Frondale, there were hearts ready to open, to challenge the status quo. When the next town council meeting arrived, Sasha rose and spoke. Her voice, though brittle, rang clear. "We all deserve the chance to blossom. Privacy gives us roots. Community gives us sunlight." Reed stood behind her, and so did Mira, Ethan, and Claire. Faced with compassion, the council rejected the petition. The crowd applauded. The tide began to turn. In the quiet that followed, Reed confided, "Maybe it's my time to find what you found." Sasha smiled through tears. "There's always space in our garden, no matter your name or your past." After the town council's meeting, Frondale shimmered with change. Sasha and Mira, no longer hidden, found the world softer and wider. Neighbors now nodded, some even stopped to chat. The Honeydew Cafe's Blooming Identities event became a town favorite, drawing in people from nearby cities and bringing Frondale's small but blossoming community into the light. Reed, still nursing the wounds of his past, became a regular visitor, and something surprising happened. He and Mira discovered a kinship neither expected. Over cups of spiced tea and cautious laughter, Reed confessed his former jealousies, the fear of feeling less brave. Mira shared how she learned strength from Sasha, but also from moments of vulnerability. At the cafe, Mira invited Reed to help her start a monthly expression night, stories, art, and music by anyone exploring identity. Reed hesitated, but the gentle encouragement from Mira and Claire slowly coaxed him forward. On the first expression night, Reed took the stage, voice trembling. He spoke about growing up in Frondale, leaving because he thought acceptance was impossible, and returning to see Sasha and Mira prove him wrong. When he finished, applause thundered through the cafe, echoing long after the doors closed. Over the next weeks, Reed and Myra's friendship deepened. They created art together, wild collages, photographs, and poems tacked to the cafe's bulletin board. Their bond helped Mira shed the last threads of self-doubt, while Reed found courage to explore his own style, wearing patterned shirts and daring accessories, pushing the boundaries of what he once thought possible. Sasha watched with pride, her own journey leading to new chapters for everyone she loved. Ethan, observing all of this, eventually joined the Expression Nights, revealing a hidden talent for music and surprising the group with his gentle melodies. But not all changes were easy. Mira struggled with public scrutiny, and Reed faced old friends who resisted change. Yet, together, they built a circle strong enough to weather the harshest gossip. As spring unfurled, Sasha organized a garden gala at their wildflower-filled backyard, a celebration for every person who'd dared to blossom. Old and new friends gathered, laughter like petals on the breeze, and Mira led the group in planting a tree to mark their journey. Let this stand for every name, every story, unwritten or spoken aloud. In the magic of that evening, Reed finally found the words for his own story, no longer a ghost, but a voice among the wildflowers. Frondale's garden now belonged to everyone. As dusk falls on Frondale, the wildflowers Sasha planted with Mira sway in a gentle breeze, a living testament to their journey. The garden, once a quiet sanctuary, now bursts with laughter, music, and the vibrant art created by Mira and Reed. Community members stroll through the blossoms, finding quiet magic among painted stones and shared stories. Sasha watches Mira and Reed beneath the newly planted tree, their faces lit by a lantern glow. Nearby, Ethan hums a tune that tugs at old scars and promises of new beginnings. Even Claire, the steadfast artist, paints petals in colors never seen before. Their victories are not without scars, rumors still linger, some friendships faded, but in their place, new roots have grown, friendships built on acceptance, understanding, and a willingness to learn. The echo of the town council's applause is replaced by the deeper, quieter applause inside every heart. Before the night ends, Mira stands and speaks, "This garden is for anyone who's ever felt alone or unwelcome. Here, every name is sacred, every difference precious. Thank you for helping our story blossom." Sasha squeezes Myra's hand, Reed and Ethan join them, and as the stars bloom above, Frondale's garden whispers a promise for all. What was unwritten yesterday begins, tonight, to be spoken aloud.